Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya IAS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing about the Ajanta caves. So, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, again very important from the examination point of view. So, where is Ajanta located? Ajanta is located in the state of Maharashtra. Okay, Maharashtra. So, these are the important points from exam point of view. So, here the caves at Ajanta were excavated in two phases. Means in one go all the caves were not excavated, in two different phases. So the first phase was from 2nd to 1st century BC and the second phase was from 5th century to 6th century AD. First phase, second phase. So the first phase of excavation, it coincides with the rule of Satavahana dynasty. Means somewhere in the country where Satavahanas were ruling at the same time, the carving of Ajanta caves took place. Similarly, so the carving of the second phase took place when somewhere in the country Guptas were ruling. Okay, during the Gupta period, so these Ajanta caves were carved. Next, if you look at the two phases, there is a difference. What is the difference? In the first phase of carving, so whatever the caves they have carved, they represent which form of Buddhism? They represent Hinayana or Theravadin form of Buddhism. So when it comes to Buddhism, there are different forms: Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Okay, so we will be looking into the differences later on. But here we shall understand that in the first phase, whatever the caves were there, they belong to Hinayana form of Buddhism. In the second century, in the second phase, that is 5th and 6th century AD, it was Mahayana. Okay, Mahayana. But how can you differentiate them? Okay, so in the Hinayana form of Buddhism, so they worship Buddha in a symbolic form. Whereas in Mahayana form of Buddhism, they worship Buddha in idol form. Okay, idol form. So see here symbolic form, next idol form. So in the first phase of carving, whatever caves they have carved, so they all represent what? Hinayana form of Buddhism, wherein Buddha is worshipped in the form of a symbol. For example, it may be a tree. But here in the second phase, you will see what the caves carvings which represent what? Idol form. So where idols of Buddha are kept and they are worshipped. Okay, worshipped. So paintings and sculptures here exemplify one of the greatest achievement in the ancient Buddhist rock cut architecture. So rock cut architecture is a very, very important topic from the UPSC point of view, and especially Buddhist rock cut architecture, it has more weightage compared to other topics. So we need to know, so in which all places in India do we have rock cut architecture, and especially Buddhist rock cut architecture. Next, another important point is Ajanta caves, they lie on the bank of Wagora river. So a question on this was framed in 2021 prelims. So very important. It lies on the bank of Wagora river. Next, Ajanta caves has both Chaitya Grihas as well as Viharas. Okay. So in Buddhist architecture, two important things: Chaitya Grihas and Viharas. So Viharas are the places where the Buddhist monks take rest. They are like modern day hostels. Okay, they are like hostels. So Chaitya Grihas, this is a place where the Buddhist monks gather for the sake of worship. Okay, to worship they will gather at Chaitya Grihas, and Viharas are the resting place. Okay, so these are the important points from exam point of view. So in the subsequent videos, we will be discussing about other UNESCO World Heritage Sites. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.